This is a CBS 4 News update.
Good morning. I'm Maribel Rodriguez. A Good Samaritan is speaking out about taking action after witnessing a vicious attack on a 74-year-old cancer patient. Modesto, Vellon says it happened by the Lincoln Road Beachwalk at 1 Sunday afternoon while the woman was sitting on a bench. 46-year-old Eric Gotsbederak is charged with attempted strong armed robbery and battery on someone older than 65.
I saw this guy beating this woman. He pointed 3 times until she fell back on her back. She was sitting on a concrete bench, and she fell back after he was trying to pull her bag from her, saying that he was screaming, "That's my bag. Why are you stealing my bag?" I didn't know it was a lady, but I wanted to...
Records show he was also arrested in late April after a 66-year-old victim said he punched him in the face after he told him he was not allowed to ride bicycle on Lincoln Road. The FBI in Miami also warned about another attack on the elderly yesterday. During a press conference for Elderly Abuse Awareness Day, the agency warned about online scams.
Hang up the phone when people call you. Legitimate companies do not call unsolicited to your phones.
To stay in touch with elderly family members and alert them about people committing fraud. New surveillance cameras can be seen around Miami Beach. The extra set of eyes are part of the solution to help police in their efforts to prevent the kind of chaos on South Beach we saw during spring break. Police say dozens of cameras have been added to some of South Beach's worst trouble spots. On Ocean Drive alone, the number of cameras has doubled and are watching everyone and everything 24 hours a day. There are also more cameras watching Loomis Park and the Beachwalk path than ever before. We have the latest on the battle over last call on Miami Beach. According to our news partners at the Miami Herald, Miami Beach City Commissioners will appeal a judge's order that ruled that 2 a.m. cutoff sales were unlawful. The Herald is also reporting the city would reject a settlement offer from the Clevelander, which sued the city after commissioners voted to approve the 2 a.m. cutoff time. Miami-Dade is celebrating Gay Pride Month. The city is raising the first Pride Progress flag at the County Government Center. The county raised a pride flag in celebration of Gay Pride Month back on June 1st. Now the Progress flag is honoring diversity within the LGBTQ community. Miami-Dade Mayor Danilo Levine Cava added the county is striving to make our community even more welcoming and inclusive place where all can live in dignity. And congratulations to Nickalus Children's Hospital. 5 of its specialty programs are again identified among the best in the nation. That's according to U.S. News and World Report and its annual Best Children's Hospitals ranking. Its pulmonology and neurology are the only ranked programs in South Florida. Nickalus's cardiology program is the highest ranked program in South Florida. Its diabetes, endocrinology, and orthopedics programs also made the list. Nickalus not only ranks among the best pediatric hospitals in the state, but also in the Southeast U.S.
Now, CBS 4 weather.
It's going to be day 3 of a stormy afternoon, and this time we have a flood watch that's in effect for much of South Florida. It doesn't include the Keys, but it does include Broward, Miami-Dade, and mainland Monroe, including Collier County. So it does remain in effect through Wednesday evening, as we're expecting that later in the afternoon, especially by around 2-3 o'clock, to have the heaviest rainfall out there. But the rain could start early on in the later morning hours towards noon, and then here comes the heavier downpours around by 2 o'clock. It's still pushing through 4 o'clock and even 7 p.m. Not as heavy, it looks like, but we'll still have some rain through the evening hours. And overnight, we should become quieter on the radar. As we head into Thursday, there's a bit of a change in our forecast that's going to allow for lower rain chances. Back to today with these storms that do develop. The flood threat, of course, that is a higher level today, with that flood watch is at a moderate level. Areas that saw flooding, for example, yesterday, has the greatest potential to once again see the flooding this Wednesday. And of course, frequent lightning. We can't even rule out some small-sized hail and gusty winds. All right, so a trough of low pressure with moisture still hangs around from the Atlantic and over South Florida. There's been this constant southwesterly flow drawing in moisture also from the Gulf of Mexico. But check it out. That deep moisture is going to be associated with the possible tropical depression that's expected to form over the Bay of Campeche by Thursday. But it heads north over into areas of the Gulf Coast. Not here. We actually start to see that trough of low pressure break apart. Atlantic high begins to take over by Thursday, bringing bringing back a southeasterly flow. And Friday, even drier as a dry air mass comes our way because of Saharan dust, and it could last through the weekend. Speaking about that disturbance over the Bay of Campeche this Wednesday morning, it is looking very high chance for development. It's at 80% since Wednesday morning, and so we'll possibly be talking about tropical depression number 3 as early as tomorrow. Highs this Wednesday afternoon, upper 80s. We'll get into the 90s once we see that drier weather returning, especially Friday. But by the way, tomorrow we can't rule out storms, but because of the southeast wind, I think Thursday afternoon most of the rain will be over the inland cities.
Jen, thanks, and that's the news for now. You can always find us on CBSMiami.com and tune into CBS 4 News at 5, 6, 7, and 11 for all of today's important headlines.